Okay, so there have been so many drugstore launches, which is typical for the beginning of the year. And honestly, I love trying all of them because I love drugstore makeup so much. And there have been a lot of amazing launches that I definitely think are worth the money. A lot of them have already gone viral. And I'm here to share which ones I truly think are worth that viral status and which ones are kind of mediocre and not really worth your money. Drugstore makeup has been getting more expensive. There are still a lot of brands that keep it affordable, but when you're paying like $12, $13, $14 for just a drugstore product or a makeup product in general, I mean, any amount of money, but especially a little bit more money, you really don't want to waste it. And I did waste my money on some of these products. So I'm here to share some updates and let you know which ones I think are worth checking out, which ones are kind of like mediocre, and which ones I would avoid altogether. I do want to say thank you to Iris for sponsoring today's video and working with me again here on my channel. I love Iris. It's a newer beauty app and I've been having so much fun over there. There are so many cool features. You can share and discover authentic product reviews and routines. Iris also has a new giveaway feature and they have been running some amazing giveaways with prizes worth up to $500 from really good brands like Charlotte Tilbury, Natasha Denona. I saw Makeup by Mario, Dr. Dennis Gross, Rare Beauty. It's really easy to find. You just click on the Discover button on the bottom of the page, and then right at the top, you can view and enter the different giveaways and see the required tasks. They do have special giveaways open to new users, and then they also have larger exclusive giveaways. So if you are really active in the app, you earn gems, and then once you earn enough gems, you can enter some of those bigger giveaways. So definitely check those out. I'm also excited to share that Iris is hosting another giveaway for you. So I will put the details in the description box below, but first place will win a $200 gift card to either Sephora or Ulta, and second and third place will both win $100 gift cards. You can enter the giveaway right through the app and check out all of the requirements, but basically you just have to create a list with a minimum of 5 products. Make sure to include high quality reviews because it's always very helpful when you're reading through the list to see those, and winners are chosen based on the quality of their post and their reviews, so keep that in mind. As a creator, I really love Iris because I can just organize all of my product recommendations, all of my reviews in one place. So if you go to my profile, you can see all of my holy grails, everything I've reviewed, products I want to try, as well as my routines. And there's a really cool feature where you can organize multiple products from different categories into lists. So I did one in December on like my end of the year makeup declutter. And I think it was just a good way for me to kind of share a quick reason why I'm decluttering the products, a quick review on them. And I just did one on the top drugstore launches that I've tried so far this year. So it's just like a nice condensed place to go if you don't have time to sit through like an entire YouTube video, but you still want to see, you know, what people recommend, what they're trying out. It's really convenient just to scroll through and read like a quick review of each product. If you haven't already downloaded Iris, I'll put a link at the top of the description box below so you can download it and try it out. It's such a fun community over there. If you're looking for authentic reviews where people aren't afraid to share the pros and the cons, the positives and the negatives, you'll love Iris. It's just a really fun community of people who love beauty and are willing to share recommendations. So definitely check it out. Okay, let's start with this product from e.l.f. It is the Camo Liquid Blush. It has gone absolutely viral. Everyone is talking about it. And I think I ordered mine like a week after they came out. So at that point, I had already seen a couple of reviews on it and people were saying it was like an exact dupe for Rare Beauty. And in the back of my mind, I was like, it can't be that good. Like Rare Beauty definitely makes my favorite liquid blush formula because it's very effortless. It blends out super easily. It stays in place. It has good pigment. Like I really don't have any complaints about the Rare Beauty formula. So when I tried these, honestly, I was a little bit skeptical going into it, but I really do think they are as close to the Rare Beauty blush formula as possible. It definitely has like that same smooth texture the Rare Beauty blush has. A lot of liquid blushes are a little bit too liquidy, a little bit too dewy, too shiny. These are very smooth and they do give your skin a little bit of a glow, but it's a really nice, soft, satin, natural glow. It looks amazing on the skin. If you have a lot of texture on your skin like me, this is just going to glide over it and look really smooth and even. If you like the Rare Beauty formula, if you like a little bit of like a less dewy or glowy type of liquid blush, you'll really enjoy this. Very long wearing, very smooth, blendable, gorgeous, easy to work with. And this is probably like one of my top favorite drugstore products I've tried out of everything in today's video. It might even be the top one. I have another product from e.l.f. that I wanted to talk about, and I owe e.l.f. an apology on this one because when I tried it out on camera for the first time, I did not like it at all. But I think that's why follow-up videos are so important because sometimes you try something for the first time and then you change your technique or you hear like a tip about it, and that really changes the game for how the product product applies or wears throughout the day. So this is their Lash Extender Tubing Mascara. When I was trying this out for the first time, I was kind of talking and applying it slowly, really layering it up like I would typically do with any other mascara, and that is not the way to use this one. This is a very dry mascara. So honestly, I find that you have to work kind of quickly because if you apply a layer and then go onto the other eye and then go back with more, your lashes almost end up kind of tangled. I tend to prefer a very wet mascara formula, which is easy to build up, and I'll usually do like one eye and then the other and then go back and build it, and that's perfect for a really wet formula. But with this formula, you have to work quickly. You also don't really need to layer this up, which is so surprising to me because I pretty much layer every mascara up like 2 or 3 times. But you don't need to do that with this one because with the first layer, you get really great length. And if you do want to add a little bit more, just do it right after the first coat before letting it dry or skipping to the other eye. This one just gives you like a lot of length, but it doesn't give you a ton of volume. So I do think it gives my eyes like an open, awake look without making them look too dramatic. I do have a few other mascaras to talk about, but let's switch gears and talk about something that did not work for me. This product has also gone viral. I've seen people really enjoying this and loving this, and there are aspects to this product that I do enjoy, but overall, I don't like it. It is the Duck Plump High Pigment Plumping Gloss from NYX. These are definitely a little bit more expensive than other NYX glosses. NYX has so many glosses and so many good glosses. They have the butter glosses, they have the juice glosses, the milkshake line, which is my favorite, the fat oil lip glosses. I just think they have so many great options that this for me is one that I personally won't use. And I bought 3 shades, and I don't normally do that. Usually I just buy one and I make sure I like the formula before committing to other colors, but I was really convinced I would like this. So a few good things about this product. It is a very smooth gloss, really comfortable, very, very shiny. These are pretty pigmented, so you're going to get a lot of color payoff. And because these are meant to be plumping glosses, you do experience a tingling sensation, but I wouldn't even call it a tingling sensation. I would call it like a full-on burning sensation. It feels like you bit into a hot pepper. These are actually infused with ginger, and you can feel the ginger on your lips, but also on your tongue, because naturally I feel like as you're talking, the product is going to get in your mouth a little bit. It is a pretty uncomfortable product. I would say because it's winter time, my lips are already a little bit dry and chapped, and it's really not ideal to use on lips that aren't in like the best shape anyway. So for me, it's just, I can't use it. NYX did launch another lip product that I personally like a lot better. These are the Fat Oil Slick Clicks, and they're marketed as Shiny Sheer Lip Balm. So these retail for $11 each. They do have 12 different shades. Based on the packaging, you might think they're meant to be like a dupe for the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips. They're a little bit different. I think, part of me almost likes them a little bit better because I think they took like the best part of a lip balm, a lip gloss, and a lipstick, and they mixed it into this product. Whereas the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips are really good, but they're very, very glossy. These are a little bit less glossy and not quite as balmy as like the Flower Beauty product like this. They kind of fall in the middle because they are balmy, really moisturizing and comfortable. There is a glossy finish, but they almost have like a little bit more color to them. So if you want a very comfortable, moisturizing, sheer lipstick, I feel like this is a really good option. Some of the shades look a little bit more pigmented than others based on the swatches that I saw online and the 2 that I have. They last pretty well on the lips. They smell good. They have like a light fruity scent. They're very easy to apply. They're really great. So if you are looking for, everything I described, like a balm, lipstick, gloss, all wrapped into one, these are a really good option. A few more lip products. I did try out 2 different lip stains. I've kind of been into lip stains lately just because it's nice to have like that lasting color throughout the day. And then you can just throw on like a lip balm or a lip gloss to kind of revive it and just give yourself like more of a comfortable feel and finish. This one from Covergirl was a fail for me. It's the Outlast lip stain, and I got the shade Jazzberry. It's weird because when I swatched this product on the back of my hand, it looks so smooth and even. And then when I apply it to my lips, it is impossible to get even application. Part of that could be the fact that it is, again, winter. My lips are a little bit dry. Maybe if they were incredibly moisturized and exfoliated, I would have better luck with this, but that's just not the reality most of the time, especially in the winter. So when I go in and apply this to my lips, like I have to go over my lips like 10 times to get it to look super smooth and even. And even then, it doesn't look great. Once I do have this product applied, it does start to wear off and look really uneven and patchy after an hour or two, like even more so than it did when I first applied it. So I really am confused by the good reviews of this product online. It was a fail for me in that area. I will say one way that I was able to, or one way that I can use it that I feel like is fine is as a lip liner, because a lip stain as a lip liner is nice because it's not going to go anywhere. And because it's not in like the center of my lips, I feel like it doesn't wear off as quickly. So I've been using it that way. I don't know. It's too much work. It's very high maintenance. It doesn't look good. And on top of that, it's very drying. Milani also did a lip stain. This is a little bit different. It's marketed as their hydrating lip stain. It's part of their Color Fetish line. And I love their Color Fetish matte lipsticks. And I have to say, this is the most hydrating lip stain I've tried. A lot of lip stains are very drying, really uncomfortable, and they just don't feel good after a few hours. This one feels good the entire time it's on, but it's not the most long lasting. So when you first apply this product, it does have a really pretty glossy finish. It basically feels like you're applying a high pigment lip gloss. And if you go in with a little bit and just blend it in, you can get like a softer look, which is nice because it is customizable, or you can really layer it up to get more of an intense look. Once the glossy layer wears off, after about like an hour or two, you're left with the stain. And this stain looks a lot more even on the lips than the Covergirl one. But the stain does start to wear off, I would say, after like 3 hours. And then when I looked in the mirror after 5 hours, it was pretty much gone. But I was like I ate dinner, I was drinking water. So it's not going to last all day, but the entire time it's on, it is so comfortable. It doesn't feel like you have anything on other than a lip balm. So for me, I personally feel like that's worth it, because if I have to apply it twice for it to last like 10 hours, I'm totally fine with that, rather than applying a stain once in the morning and then feeling like my lips are so dry and uncomfortable throughout the day. The only thing about this product is that they only have, I want to say, 6 shades. So I wish there was slightly more variation within the shades, because when I saw a photo online, a lot of them ended up looking very, very similar. So I felt like there wouldn't be a big noticeable difference, especially once that initial glossy layer wore off. Milani also launched a product that I was really excited to try. It is their Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer. I love their Cheek Kiss Cream Blushes, and I personally am a big fan of cream bronzer these days. My favorite is the Makeup Revolution one, which is also available at the drugstore. So it was nice to see another drugstore brand launch one. This is more expensive than Makeup Revolution. This is, I believe, $12. I just double checked, it's $13 on Ulta's website, and it doesn't come with a ton of product in here. You get 0.21 ounces. That personally didn't matter to me when it came to the blushes, because I rarely get through a blush. And I do like cream blush, but I don't think I'm wearing the Cheek Kiss cream blushes enough to like hit pan on them and need to repurchase them. I do go through cream bronzer fairly quickly. Like I've already used up 2 of the Makeup Revolution ones, and because I'm wearing cream bronzer so much, I feel like I probably will hit pan on this product. I want to say like even within a few weeks, but the actual formula is beautiful. It is so easy to apply. I'm wearing it today. It goes on really nicely. It's not quite as dewy, or I guess just creamy, as the Makeup Revolution one, which is the reason why I do love that. But I think this one actually lasts on the cheeks a little bit better. The Makeup Revolution one for me doesn't really fade throughout the day, but it's not quite as vibrant at the end of the day as this one is. Like this one really doesn't move. I would say it has more of like a natural satin finish. It's definitely not matte, but it's not overly glowy or overly dewy. So if you have oily skin, I think this one might be more ideal. It is a great option at the drugstore if you're looking for a nice cream bronzer. Just take into account how much product you get for the price. So I actually have another bronzer to talk about. This one really shocked me. When I bought this and I got it in the mail, I was like, why did I buy that? I feel like it was kind of an impulse purchase, and CoverGirl launched a powder last year that came in the same packaging that I hated. So I feel like I didn't really think this one through. Honestly, I do think it is probably the same formula as that powder, but in bronzer form. And I actually like it as a bronzer. And that's so weird to me because I hated it as a setting powder. So this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Radiant Loose Powder Bronzer. So I have the shade 01 Sunkissed. It looks like it would be way too dark for me, but it is very soft, really subtle on the skin. So that is something to keep in mind. I would say the photos online probably look a little bit more intense than the product actually appears on the skin. And same thing with the packaging. Like this looks really intense, but because it is a loose powder, you're just getting a very sheer wash of color. They do say it's a glowy powder, and online it says that it has micro shimmers in it. On the skin, it definitely doesn't look shimmery or glittery, but it does have like a really pretty soft, not like glow, but like a little bit of a natural, not even a sheen, just like a skin-like finish. It doesn't look fully matte like the actual setting powder does. It looks really pretty, very soft. It almost gives my skin like a little bit of a blur. Honestly, I'm just really pleasantly surprised by this product as a whole. So usually I don't use this on its own. I will typically apply cream bronzer, and then once I set my cream bronzer, sometimes I'll go in with a little bit if I feel like I could use like a little extra color. I do feel like this could be really nice during the summertime just to add like warmth all over because it is so easy to use. I just take like a large fluffy brush, blend it onto my skin, and it looks really, really nice. So I'm impressed by this. Again, the packaging is terrible, just like the setting powder. Like it gets so messy. I just took off like a very small part of the sticker so it didn't end up pouring out every time I used it because there isn't like an actual closure. So the packaging is a big con for me, but I'll probably just keep this on like my makeup collection where I do my makeup and then just pull it out when I want like a little bit of extra glow. And I think it'll be nice to have. Okay, let's talk about a few more mascaras. So this is the Covergirl Lash Blast Cleantopia mascara, but it is the Ultramarine color. So I think I tried this out on camera a while back, but I haven't updated you on it. And I've been using this so much. I'm wearing it today. I do a blue liner on as well, which I'll talk about in a second, but I love this. Like this is my ideal type of colorful mascara. It's definitely subtle. I'll swatch it for you just so you can see what the color looks like. Like on the lashes, it looks dark, but there's definitely a hint of blue. I feel like you can see it the most when you're outside, but I feel like that is the perfect amount because for me, it just adds like a little something extra. And I personally love pairing it with like either like purple eye makeup or blue eyeliner or some sort of blue eyeshadow because I feel like that's when you can really see the effects. I've tried the regular Cleantopia mascara and it was nice. I didn't end up repurchasing it because I felt like I always wanted a little bit more. Like it does add good volume, but it doesn't really lengthen the lashes. So they look a little bit more natural. So I do feel like it is a good everyday mascara. It doesn't flake or smudge on me, but it's definitely not waterproof. Essence also launched a new mascara and a mascara primer. Let's talk about the mascara first. So this is the Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara in a new black brown shade. I love the original Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara, the black one with the green tube or the green writing, and it comes in black. And that is a really black dramatic mascara. It's so pretty. It makes your lashes look incredibly long. And I know people either love it or hate it. I personally love it. It's been one of my favorites for years. And when they launched this one, I was excited because I have been getting into brown mascara. I feel like a lot of brands launch brown mascaras that look like a soft black. And personally, I guess this is kind of like the opposite of what I was saying about the blue one. With brown mascaras, I want like a true brown. I don't really want a soft black. And maybe it's because there are a lot of brands that have done like those brown blacks, so they're not they're a little bit easier to come across, but I feel like it's harder to find like a true brown mascara. So I wish they would have created like an actual chocolatey brown mascara. That would have been amazing. I feel like the formula is the exact same, but the color is just less dramatic. So I definitely will use it. I just feel like I tend to prefer like either a true black or a true brown. They also launched a new mascara primer, the Lash Princess Mascara Primer. It's supposed to give you extra length and volume. I really do like their other mascara primer, the Volume Booster one. I do like mascara primers. There are two that I use. I'll either use the Essence one or I'll use the Too Faced one, which is a lot more expensive. But the Essence one has been something I've had in my collection for years because it does add a ton of volume to your lashes. If you have very sparse lashes, that product makes a difference. I do think I like that one a little bit better than this one, but I will say this one makes your lashes look really long. It doesn't necessarily add a ton of thickness to your lashes, but if you have really short lashes, this is great because it does almost stretch them a little bit. It almost feels kind of heavy on the lashes. It's weird because I feel like the formulas they feel similar, but I think the reason why this one ends up feeling or maybe looking heavier on my lashes is because it's meant to be lengthening, whereas the other one is meant to thicken the lashes. So the fact that it is a little bit heavier doesn't really matter as much, whereas this one almost weighs the lashes down a little bit. I don't curl my lashes or anything like that, but I can definitely notice when mascaras like lift and open up the eyes versus when they kind of like weigh the lashes down. The other day I wore this mascara and wore the mascara primer on one side, and there was a noticeable difference. My lashes looked a lot longer when I paired these together versus just wearing this on its own, but they weren't quite, like my eyes weren't quite as open or awake. Not that this mascara is like a very curling mascara, but that's just something to keep in mind. If you do prefer like curled lashes, lifted lashes, this will probably weigh them down a little bit, but it does lengthen them. So while we're on the topic of eyes, I do have 3 eyeliner formulas I wanted to talk about. So let me start with the one that I'm wearing today. This is from e.l.f. It's their H2O proof Inkwell eyeliner. So my review of this product is it's not terrible, but it's pretty underwhelming. I feel like there are other colorful liquid liners out there that are better than this. ColourPop makes some, and I think that those go on a little bit easier than this. The actual eyeliner formula is a little bit more subtle than I would want it to be. I feel like with liquid liner, pigment is key, because if it's not pigmented enough, it doesn't really show up on the eyes very easily, especially if you're wearing eyeshadow underneath. So with this blue liner, like this one is more intense than the purple one, I still had to layer it up like 3 times to get it to look this intense on the eyes. They definitely last a good amount of time, but I wouldn't call them waterproof. If I take a little bit of water, like they will come off fairly easily. So I feel like if your eyes are very watery or you tend to deal with like a lot of eyeliner transfer, that is probably a possibility with these. They do have like a black, I think they also have a brown, but I'm still on the hunt for like my go-to affordable, colorful liquid liner. Last year I tried the LA Girl ones and those were kind of a fail. Honestly, my top favorite right now is probably ColourPop, and I like that those come in a pen, but they're also not, they're not, how do I explain those? They're kind of like what I'm looking for in a mascara, where they're like almost black, but like they have a hint of color. But with liquid eyeliner, I want it to be a little bit more colorful. I don't know. I guess I'm just a little bit picky. I've been wearing a lot of colorful pencil liner on the upper lash line, and I feel like I'll probably just stick with that. But again, not terrible, just not great, like really underwhelming. This is from Pixi. It is their Endless Silky Eye Pen. I don't normally try a lot of Pixi products because I feel like I'm usually disappointed, to be honest, when it comes to Pixi, but this description sounded really good. I actually don't know if these are brand new, because as I was looking through the reviews, it kind of sounded like they've been around for a while, but then they were in like the new here section on Ulta. So they might just be new to Ulta, but the black one is so good. So I have 2. I have the black one, which is just called Black, and then the kind of like pinky purple one called Very Berry. There's actually a big difference between these 2, and you'll see when I swatch them. The pink one is very soft, like there's not a ton of pigment to it. It's very creamy. It really is silky, so it glides on easily, but it doesn't show up quite as well as the black one. The black one is super intense, really, really rich. And I've been using black pencil liner to tightline for like the last few months, and this one goes on easily and then it stays in place so well. Once these dry down, like they're not going anywhere. I swatched them on my hand one day, and then I was like kind of doing a couple of other things, and then I went to remove them and I had to actually get like waterproof micellar water. And even when I wash my face, there usually is like a little bit of black liner left. So I feel like it is one of the longest lasting but creamiest eyeliners I've tried in a really long time. I wish the berry toned one was as rich as the black one, because honestly, that would be amazing, but this one was definitely softer on the eyes. So I don't know if the other ones are going to be soft or if they're going to be as intense as black, but I can say without a doubt, like this is going to be one of my go-to black liners. Okay, so that being said, I do think I like this formula a little bit better. This is from NYX. It's their Vivid Rich Mechanical Liner. I have 2 different shades, and I wear these on the waterline a lot. I'm wearing this one today in Quartz Queen. It's kind of like a white with like a hint of pink, like just the smallest touch of pink in it. Again, these do not move. They're just as intense, just as long wearing as that black Pixi liner. I guess the Pixi liner, like the black one, kind of ties for like the #1 spot for me. It's just that the pink one wasn't as good, whereas this NYX liner formula is the same between these 2 shades. So I don't know about the rest of them. I've only tried 2, but they're great. It's nice that they are retractable because you don't have to sharpen them. They're really small, so they're great for the waterline. I have a few more products from NYX. This is the Marshmallow Setting Spray. I I don't recommend this product. This has so many cons for me personally. First of all, it is extremely scented, which I knew it was going to be because it is a marshmallow themed setting spray, and it says right on it, sweetly scented. I don't mind like a nice sweet scent. I feel like that's kind of nice, but this one is so intense. It smells like you just like stuck your head in a cotton candy machine. The second reason I don't like this is because the spray, like the nozzle, is so harsh. Of course, it doesn't look harsh when I do it like that, but I feel like when I'm spraying it on my face, it's really intense and my face is drenched with like 2 or 3 sprays. I think the reason why the spray might feel so intense to me is because I've been using the LYS one, and that is like the finest mist I've ever tried with a setting spray. So it just feels so gentle, so relaxing as you're spraying it on the face. And then when you spray this one, it's really intense. So that was a con for me. The third reason I don't like this is because it doesn't lock my makeup into place at all. My makeup was breaking down so much faster with this product compared to just skipping it completely. And it's winter, so my face isn't even extremely oily. And when I looked in the mirror after using this product, after like 4 hours, my makeup looked like it was like melting off. So I personally just did not have a good experience with this product. And I have been using setting spray quite a bit lately, so I feel like there are other alternatives I like. NYX actually has a matte setting spray that's really good. Okay, one more product from NYX. This one actually surprised me as well. It is the Pro Fix Stick Correcting Concealer. I have 2 shades, so I'll swatch them for you because initially I ordered the shade Alabaster, which is just too light for me personally. So I went with the shade Vanilla, which is a little bit better. I really like this product. I didn't expect to like it as much as I do, but it is such a nice formula. It is incredibly creamy and so smooth. And I thought, like, with it being a stick, that it was going to be kind of on the dry side, but it's not. It just blends out effortlessly. You can use it under the eyes, and it does hold up really well under my eyes, but I really do enjoy this product as a spot concealer a little bit more because if I'm dealing with a breakout, which my skin has been breaking out lately, I think it's just from like the holidays and traveling and just, I don't know. I've been testing out a lot of products, so it might be something else. Anyway, I have been using a spot concealer. So if I'm dealing with a breakout or like scarring or a dark spot, it just glides over that area so well, and you just tap it in with your finger. And it is so effortless, so nice. It sits really well under foundation, on top of foundation. And like I said, it is nice under the under eyes. I tend to prefer like a liquid concealer for that purpose, but it wears well. It doesn't crease heavily for me once I set it. It's just a really good formula. Okay, I have 3 more things to talk about. This is the e.l.f. Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil. I tend to feel kind of indifferent about brow pencils as a whole because I usually focus on brow gel and then like a brow pen. This changed my mind. It's from e.l.f. I think I already said it's the Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil. So they have an original version of this, but the waterproof version is so much better. The original one is almost like a little bit waxy and kind of dry compared to this. This almost has like a little bit of a pomade feel to it. So when you apply it to the brows, there's like a slight tackiness. So if you apply this and then comb it through, it almost locks your brows into place. And they don't really market it that way, but it truly is waterproof. It's very, very long wearing. The one day I forgot I was wearing makeup and I was like rubbing my brow, and then I realized, oh, I have makeup on. I went and looked in the mirror. My brow was still locked into place. It has good pigment. It stays in place well. It's really affordable. I believe it's $4. If you are looking for a long wearing brow pencil, this is the one to try. I do have a product from Catrice that I wanted to talk about. I've been testing out a couple of other products from Catrice, but I wanted to update you on this one. The Magic Shaper Contour and Glow Stick. It's basically a bronzer, or I guess a contour on one side and then a cream highlighter on the other side. The cream highlighter does look a little bit glittery on my skin. I don't love it. And I feel like the formula is fine. Like it lasts well, it blends out easily enough. I just don't like the fact that it does look a little bit glittery on me. The bronzer's really nice. I feel like it could have been a Makeup by Mario dupe if it was a little bit bigger. It's just so small. And it is meant to be a contour stick, so when you apply contour, like usually you want to be a little bit more precise. But I like this shade as a bronzer because it's not too orangey. But I feel like because it is so precise when I draw it on my skin, it doesn't go on as evenly as the Makeup by Mario one because it's just a little bit too small, like the surface area. It's very long wearing. The color is gorgeous. They do have 4 shades and I feel like they have a pretty good range. So I feel like as far as like stick bronzers go, it's really great. I just wish it was a little bit bigger because it is so small that I feel like I have to end up going in with a lot of product. I actually have one more product I wanted to talk about. I wanted to update you on the Flower Beauty Coastal Lights palette. So I am wearing this on my eyes today, only 1 shade though. So I have a like brow bone highlight color from the Natasha Denona Glam, a transition color from the Glam palette as well, a little bit of like a blue from the ColourPop Blue Moon in the outer corner, but you're mainly seeing this shadow all over the lid. I love these palettes so much. Like every time I use them, I'm blown away by the quality. They have desert lights, jungle lights, coastal lights, and then they have a 4th one as well. When I initially saw the color story, I wasn't like in love with it. And then I got it in the mail and tried it out in person, and it's so pretty. The reason why I love these palettes is because I feel like they just complete any look. Like normally I wouldn't use this palette and like multiple shades from it to create a full look because I do like starting with matte shadows, but look how pretty it is on the lid. Like it looks so smooth, really gorgeous. And I did a video where I used the 2 silver shades, so I'll link that below if you want to check it out. But this formula is flawless. It's really smooth, really vibrant, but it's not like an overly intense metallic formula. It just looks so pretty, like every single time I use it, or any of the shadows from the Flower Beauty 6-pan palettes. So if you do love like very smooth, even metallics, I think you'll like these palettes. Some of the shades in here are almost like a softer satin. They're just really nice. I don't have any complaints about it at all. I will say the shades in here lean a little bit softer than some of the shades in the other Flower Beauty palettes, except for like this deeper silver one. But in general, you're going to get like a lighter, almost pastel color on the eyes. But you can also go in with like a cream base or a darker shadow and layer them on top. They're amazing. They're a little bit expensive for drugstore palettes, and especially because you only get 6 shades, but the quality really does rival high end. I also saw that Flower Beauty launched new products yesterday, including what I've been waiting for, the blushes that come in like the sponge tip applicator packaging. Ever since they launched their highlighters, I've been waiting for them to do blushes. So I can't wait to try those out. I'll review those for you in a little while once I get the chance to try them out. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Let me know in the comments below which products you want me to review on my channel next so I can pick them up and try them out. Thanks again to Iris for sponsoring today's video. I'll put a link in the description box below so you can download it and try it out. And I'll see you very soon with a new one. Bye.